Career choices define our future, and yet they often become battlegrounds for parents and children. Let's understand why this happens. Well, misaligned expectations, lack of awareness, and external pressures. But here's the truth you must know about some of the most successful people. They broke stereotypes, they made unconventional decisions, or they had supportive families who let them pursue their passions. In this video, we'll decode the common career choice mistakes, highlight their long-term impact, and I'll share real-life examples for how these decisions shaped extraordinary lives. Mistake number one, the prestige trap. Let's look at the parents' perspective first. I want my child to pursue medicine or engineering because these careers are safe and prestigious. However, on the contrary, the child's view is that I am passionate about arts. Why can't my parents simply understand that success isn't limited only to these fields? Now, let's also see the long-term impact. When children are forced into careers for sake of prestige, it can lead to burnout or mediocrity. Conversely, when allowed to follow their passion, they often achieve unparalleled success. Here's an example to really support this point. A.R. Rahman, India's Mozart. Rahman's family initially struggled to accept his decision to focus entirely on music. Today, we all know he's one of the most celebrated music composers globally with 2 Academy Awards. Here's another one, Steve Jobs. Well, Jobs dropped out of college and followed his passion for design and technology, ultimately creating one of the most prestigious companies in the world, that is Apple. 2019 Harvard study highlights that career satisfaction is strongly tied to the intrinsic motivation, not external rewards like prestige. So instead, let's encourage exploration. You may consider using tools like the Holland Code career test to match interests and careers. Remember, success thrives where passion and skill intersect. Mistake number 2, ignoring the future of work. Well, from a parent's perspective, why are you interested in data science? I don't even know what that is. Stick to traditional careers. They're more steady and stable. Well, from a child's perspective, again, it's a contrary to what a parent is thinking, is new careers are emerging and I want to be part of it. I want to be part of something innovative, but my parents just don't seem to get it. So let's understand what's the long-term impact of clinging to outdated career paths. This can leave children unprepared for the future. Instead, those who adapt to emerging fields often lead to groundbreaking initiatives. Well, let's take an example of Satya Nadella, who's the CEO of Microsoft. Nadella pivoted from traditional engineering to the cutting edge tech roles. His ability to rapidly evolve tech world catapulted him to lead one of the largest companies in the world. Another example here is Falguni Nair, founder of Nykaa. She transitioned from a conventional banking career to e-commerce in her 50s, tapping into a booming digital economy. Do you know the World Economic Forum predicts that 97 million new roles will emerge by 2025 in the fields like data science, AI, and green energy. Here's what you can do instead. Collaborate to research future trends. Platforms like LinkedIn, McKinsey reports, and many other credible sources can offer valuable insights. You can also aggressively network with people from your aspired field. In a nutshell, choose careers with growth potential in tomorrow's world and prepare for it. Mistake number 3, the comparison game. In this case, a parent's typical view is, well, your cousin is doing so well in finance. Why don't you consider that? While the child is thinking otherwise, that I feel like I'm constantly being compared and judged instead of being supported. In the long term, these comparisons can destroy child's self-confidence and lead to identity crisis. Children who aren't celebrated for their individuality often struggle to excel in their personal and professional lives. Do you know PV Sindhu, the Indian Olympic medalist? Sindhu's parents were both volleyball players, yet they encouraged her to pursue badminton because that's where her interest was. Their support allowed her to shine globally. Albert Einstein. Einstein famously struggled in school and faced comparisons to more conventional learners. His uniqueness, however, revolutionized physics. A study in the Journal of Adolescence found that constant comparisons increase stress and anxiety, reducing decision making, confidence in the individuals. Instead, it's highly recommended to reframe your conversations and celebrate individuality. Get rid of why not follow XYZ's example. Instead, ask what excites you about this career path. Remember, every child is different and deserves to be celebrated and not compared. Mistake number 4, overemphasizing academic excellence. Well, here, parents' perspective would be if you don't score well in school, you won't have a bright future. Besides, a child is already thinking that I'm tired of these grades defining my worth when I know I have other talents and I'd like to pursue that as a career. As a long-term view, we have to prepare children to navigate various real life challenges and scenarios. Overemphasis on grades can block creativity and practical skills, and children with other talents might struggle in academic systems, but definitely can always excel in real world settings. Here's an example. Ratan Tata in early career wasn't really marked by academic excellence, but his visionary leadership transformed the Tata Group into a global conglomerate. Second, Madhuri Dixit, a Bollywood icon. Although she was academically inclined but chose to pursue her passion for dance and acting, and ended up becoming one of the most iconic performers in the country. Well, Stanford's Carol Dweck emphasizes the importance of a growth mindset, valuing effort and learning over perfection. So, help children balance academics with skill building areas like problem solving, communication, and adaptability. You must figure out a way to balance academics with real world skills development. Mistake number 5, making decisions in isolation. In this case, a typical parent's perspective can be, say, I know what's best for my child. I've been through it all. And alternatively, the child's dilemma would be, I feel like my voice doesn't matter in any of such discussions. When decisions are being made without collaboration, children will often feel disempowered and disengaged. On the other hand, involving them will foster ownership and motivation. Here's an example of Sundar Pichai, CEO of Google. Pichai's parents invested in his education and respected his dreams, allowing him to pursue a career in tech despite their modest means. Mary Kom, another big example, the boxing champion. Her parents initially hesitated but later supported her boxing dream. Their faith in her decision enabled her to become a global icon. The American Psychological Association notes that collaborative decision making improves commitment and satisfaction. An ideal approach would be to engage in a two-way conversation. Parents can guide as mentors while allowing children to express their dreams and fears, empowering children to own their decisions while being supported. Now that we've explored these mistakes, their long-term consequences, and success stories, let's take a step back. Remember, career choices aren't just decisions, they are journeys. When guided wisely, these journeys lead to extraordinary destinations. The golden rule for career choices. I would humbly urge, as parents, your role isn't to choose the path, but to light the way. And children, remember, your career is your canvas. Paint it with purpose and passion. When both sides work together, careers don't just happen, they flourish. Let's create a future worth dreaming about. Did you relate to any of these mistakes or stories? Share your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to Wisdom Loom for more career insights that changes lives.